Drum roll, please, for The Strategies of Highly Effective Readers by Miss Quain. We have gone over a couple of these strategies, but today we're focusing on one more. This is called questioning. Questioning. What is it? Questioning is asking and answering questions about the book. Duh. But what is its purpose? Questioning's purpose is to engage with the book, clarify confusions, and make predictions. That's right, it's cut off, but it says predictions. Although this might seem pretty simple, this is a high-level skill. In college, you're oftentimes asked to question what you read and bring it back to class and discuss those questions. And we're going to do the same right here. So how do you do this strategy? Pretty simple. There's two types of questions. The first one is clarify. Questions that clarify what's going on, something that's a little bit confusing. The other question is a prediction, something that's going to happen in the future that you use clues to write a question. Note, if you find the answer to an old question, bonus points, woot woot. For example, let's see this. Miss Quain's Think Aloud. So here is a sample, and I'm going to do two types of questions for this book. It's called Parrot in the Oven, Mi Vida. So let's start. It says, The Baseball Glove, Chapter 1. That summer, my brother Bernardo, or Nardo as we called him, flipped through more jobs than a thumb through a deck of cards. First he was a dishwasher, then a busboy, then a parking attendant, and finally a patty turner for some guy who never seemed to be in his hamburger stand for more than 10 minutes at a time. Mom believed he sold marijuana or did some other illegal shamelessness. Nardo lost one job for not showing up regular enough. Another for showing up too regular. The boss hated his guts. The last job lost him when the owner of the hamburger stand packed up unexpectedly and left for Canada. So let's ask some questions about that. I need to clarify some things. For example, a simple question is, how old is Nardo? Another question I have is, what's the real reason he keeps losing jobs? There might be something going on that's not said so far. Now I'm going to predict something. I predict that Nardo is going to get a job later on in the story that he's actually going to want to keep, but something's going to stop him. For example, he's going to get in a big fight, or he's going to fall in love with his boss. Something dramatic. And because I have finished this book, I can answer some of my questions. Bonus! So Nardo, I find out, is around 17 years old. Another thing I find out is why he keeps losing his job. Nardo is a kind of a wild spirit. He doesn't like following the rules. And my prediction about Nardo getting a job he wants, but eventually losing it, is actually not true. Nardo keeps trying to get jobs, but he keeps losing them, but not for the reasons that I predicted. For example, he does get a job in the fields picking peppers, but he quits because it's too hard and too laborsome for him. Hooray! We use questioning! Now it's your turn. Try the strategy out with your book and the two different types of questions. Good luck!